Welcome back to Fernando and Marisela. Soy Fernandito.
Estamos aquí de regreso hablando del polen, ¿no? Así que esa es la razón que sonamos así como fañositos hoy.
All right, so let's get started and welcome our guest here tonight. We have Zachary Cohen and Liam Day. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, what we'd like to try to do, gentlemen, is to kind of break these in two sets because we want to really get to know a little bit about you and your role, your titles, and a little bit about the work itself. And then we'll come back later and talk a little bit about your great event that you got coming up. That it's a lot of fun every time I go. I really have a good time. I don't want to leave.
I know, he's a fan. He's a fan.
Yeah. So let's begin with you, Zachary. If you could please tell us a little bit, again, your title and what actually you do there.
So I'm the executive director of Uphams Corner Main Street. And Uphams Corner Main Street is an organization that's working to revitalize the Uphams Corner Business District. So we're working to help residents and businesses and really anybody who's a part of the community to really have a better experience of the business district and experience in their community. So we do things like storefront improvements to make it visually better. We try to assist businesses when they need help with something, or recruit new businesses to the neighborhood that will help complement the existing mix. So my job in all of that is that I work for a board of directors, and my board of directors creates the vision and then I make it happen. That being said, we have a lot of volunteers who also help me do it.
Excelente, así que él es básicamente el ejecutador, él es la persona que está dirigiendo este programa, que el Uphams Corner, ¿verdad? Para explicar un poco en español lo que hacen, ellos tratan de traer empresas nuevas al área de Uphams Corners, al igual que tratan de mejorar las compañías que ya están establecidas, y lo hacen de diferentes maneras, ¿no? Arreglando las afueras, exteriores, dándole, ¿verdad?, consultas de cómo mejorar su compañía o su empresa pequeña.
Did you know, Marisela, that I once worked for Uphams Corner Main Streets?
I did not.
Yes, and I have to tell you, it opened a whole new sort of world for me because it got me a chance to sort of learn sort of how commercial businesses work, get the residents combined with, city, state officials, and just it becomes all one family, and how under the umbrella, good things come out. But we're going to let them tell us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got a little understanding what the Uphams Corner Main Street program does. And let me switch over a little bit to Liam. You're the vice president.
I am.
How does that work, being the vice president? Because that sounds like a big title.
Yeah, that's like a lot of load.
Other than Zachary doing the work, where does he take his orders from? The vice president.
So actually, Zach shoulders most of the work, and Zach does a great job. He is dynamic. He does it. I mean, there isn't a store owner in and around the Uphams Corner area that does not know Zach and does not like Zach and does not respect the work that Zach does. And it's important. It really is important. When some of the issues that do crop up in the neighborhood from time to time, and Zach needs to reach out, they will listen to him because of the work that Zach has done, to try to reach out to them.
So it's fair to say that he walks the talk.
Yes, it is. It is indeed.
And your role as a vice president, what does the vice president do?
Basically, my job is to make sure that we have money coming in, that we have volunteers, that the organization is working the way that it's supposed to be working. And so
And how many folks in the board or how many does it take to make the board?
We have 17 board members, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Number.
Yes.
Is that because that's the number that needs to be, or there's more that can be added to, or is that more than what you should have? Because that's a large number. I never knew you could have 17.
It is. And actually, I believe we're shy a couple of spots.
Okay.
We try to get a mix. We try to have some residents, and I'm a resident.
Okay.
And then we try to have some business owners, and then we try to have some of the area nonprofits involved. So we try to make sure that everybody who has a stake in Uphams Corner has a chance to voice, their concerns by being members of the board.
Well represented, huh?
Sí, eso es muy interesante porque lo que nos están explicando es que, ¿verdad? El comité que compone el Uphams Corners tiene básicamente representación de todas las facetas de esa comunidad. Tiene personas que tienen empresas, tiene personas que tienen, ¿verdad? Cosas comunitarias que no son para, ¿verdad? Ganancias propias, y también tienen otras personas como él que viven en esa área y que también está interesado en el mundo de las empresas. Que de verdad, además de que el comité es grande, porque 17 personas es mucho para un comité ejecutivo, tiene básicamente como una mini representación, como si fuera ¿verdad? El Senado o la Cámara de Representantes.
And I think one of the things that's interesting about Uphams Corner, it's very diverse, isn't it, Zachary? I mean, it's people from really all over the world, right? It's very mixed, and it's not just one culture. It's very mixed. How do you deal with that? You're not trilingual, bilingual, bilingual, are you? How do you work with that?
Well, I do speak a little bit of Spanish, so I understand some of what you're saying. So that's actually been really helpful. It was hard to get to know the merchants. It would have been harder to get to know the merchants if I didn't speak Spanish. And that even translates enough into Cape Verdean Creole.
Yes.
We have a lot of Cape Verdeans in Uphams Corner. So I've been able to communicate that way. But it also, will bring in some people who can help translate into the other languages. We have people who speak Mandarin. We have people from Vietnam, so we've had people who speak Vietnamese come in and help translate as well. But the diversity is definitely, there's a lot of diversity, and so it's important to find a way to bring all those people into the mix.
And I know, I know that other than the diversity, and other than you've had some new businesses as well as a lot of changes, you have a big project that's come around also, that there's a state-of-the-art community center being built as we speak. Other than just changes have gone on, but give us just a little thought of what that big center is looking like and where is it going with this?
Well, the community center is going to either be open at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. And it's, I believe, the biggest community center in New England.
There it is.
Wow.
And they're going to have everything there. They're going to even have water slides in their pools.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
You see, you always wanted to go to one country. Now you take it.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm glad you brought them here today for that reason.
Well, make sure you bring your camera. Wow, that's really nice.
They expect 1,000 people a day, or they have the capacity to take in 1,000 people a day.
That's
So
huge.
that's
Yeah,
a lot of foot traffic for Uphams Corner that the business district can really capitalize on.
So, además de que tienen muchas tiendas, ¿no?
Sí, tiene muchas tiendas y estamos hablando de la diversidad de la población. O sea, hay personas de Vietnam, hay personas que hablan chino, ¿no? Mandarin, hay personas de todas partes y él mismo habla español.
Sí.
Pero que nos estaba contando que hay un centro comunitario que van a construir, que estará listo para el final de este año o el principio del año próximo, que va a tener capacidad para 1,000 personas y va a ser el centro comunitario más grande de Nueva Inglaterra,
Wow.
que van a tener hasta chorreras en la piscina,
Mira
imagínate
para
tú.
allá.
Entonces Fernando y yo pues vamos a ir ahí del show de Fernando y te va a grabar en la piscina. No, pero de verdad eso es un trabajo increíble y requiere muchos recursos para hacer eso.
We could do this whole show and talk just about Uphams Corner Main Street because of the overwhelm.
Which
But
would
we're
be
gonna
great.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little break and come back because I want to go into something that you guys are about to do that's, I think, one of the best part of the job. Although it's work, but you really bring people together. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and hear the other, and there's an event coming up, so get your pads and pens ready for this.
Claro que sí, regresamos ahora con más de Uphams Corner.